right. Welcome once again to another episode of the live stream. And today we're just going to jump right into it. Today's episode is called What is the Best Editing Software? Now, I'm going to mention, obviously, there's a lot, but I'm going to mention kind of the most common ones. And then we're just going to elaborate it a little bit on each one. And as you all know, Premiere Pro is very close to my heart, but we're going to discuss Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut, CapCut, and every beginner asked the same question: what is the best editing software? And the truth is that there really isn't a single best program. There's only the best one for you and your workflow. So today I'm going to break down the differences so you can stop wasting time wondering and start editing a little bit more confidence into what program or what your choice or what choice is best for you. Okay, so I think the question is so common because there's always like so many choices and it's almost like paralysis by choice. Which one is the one that's the best, right? General question. And on the internet, there's, hundreds of thousands of tutorials, the different platforms, each one saying that this is the best one or that other one is the best one, right? And I think there's a couple of things that you should really ask yourself before choosing a program, right? It's a tool, right? So look at it as a tool, and then how does that tool match your flow, right? Matches your workflow, your budget, and what goals, right? What goals you have. So I just want to make it clear, software doesn't define skill. Your editing choices do. So it's not the program, it's the person who's doing the editing, the editor. You're the one that defines what happens and what you do and what comes out of it, right? All right, cool. So let's start with what you see in the screen, and this is Premiere Pro. And let's go right away for the strengths, right? Premiere Pro, and it's industry standard, so it's one of the most common ones. It integrates with After Effects, Photoshop, the entire Adobe Creative Suite, and it's great for collaboration and team projects. I can attest to that. I work with a couple other editors and other videographers, and it's very easy to, if we're using the same program, to really work within that same flow, frame. It does a lot of things that it's very easy to interact with one another and get these projects done and not go into an entirely different app, but we stay within the same one. So I'll attest to that. Now let's go for the weaknesses, right? It's subscription cost, so you have to pay a monthly fee, and it's very, very heavy on weaker machines, or I would say more standard machines. So for example, if let's say I'm working with a laptop and I have a MacBook Air, I'm gonna have a much rougher time editing video on that one as opposed to a MacBook Pro, which is at some cases almost $1,000 more, maybe on the lower end, maybe a lot more, right? So again, but the use cases for this, the YouTube creators, freelance editors, agencies, multi-platform content creators, and there's a lot of flexibility within it. I love working on it. I started working with it, and it's been fantastic for me. I like to think of it as like Premiere's like the Swiss Army knife. So it's powerful, flexible, but it comes with a cost. So I know that monthly subscription is a very, very big deal breaker for some people, and I completely get that. I understand it. All right, now let's move on to DaVinci Resolve by Blackmagic Design. All right, let's start with the strengths. There's free versions, and it has a lot of Hollywood level stuff, so a lot of big features within the program. It's, I would say, one of the best in class as far as color grading goes. So much so that even people that work in other programs will avoid color grading within theirs and just have DaVinci Resolve strictly for color grading, and then go back to their program to finish editing whatever it is they're editing. So that's how big it is. Let's see, and it has Fairlight audio built in. That's a pretty good feature. Let's go for the weaknesses, right? And this isn't the first time I've kind of heard this from multiple people that start working with DaVinci Resolve. Is it has a way steeper learning curve, right? Because there's a bunch of different things, especially within color grading. There's nodes and there's a bunch of stuff there that it's going to take you a while to learn, right? Node-based workflow, like I just spoke about, it could just feel a little bit intimidating. But again, once it's all repetition. Once you get through it, you should be okay. Yeah. So DaVinci Resolve is Hollywood grade and it's free. So there really isn't an excuse to not use a program. So this goes with you and what you need and your price point, and this is it. All right, let's keep moving along. We're going to go to Final Cut Pro. All right, let's go to Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro 11, Simply Intelligent. I bet it is. All right, so as you can tell, Final Cut Pro. Let's go for the strengths first. It's very fast. It's optimized for Mac, so if you're a heavy Mac user or you're very integrated within the Mac, the iOS workflow, this is fantastic for you. One of the top choices, magnetic timeline, and it's a one-time purchase, right? So we've gone through all the different spectrums: subscription-based, free, and one-time purchase. Any upgrade or any type of update, you get 100% completely free. You don't have to worry about it. You just pay one time and it's yours for life. Weddings, wedding videographers, event editors, a lot of Mac-based creators actually start out with this one and then they move on to different ones, or they just stay in this one. But it's definitely one of the ones that people stick to, or at least it's their entry into the industry, right? Final Cut is the fastest tool if you're a Mac creator, lightning edits, and you can't beat the one-time price. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's move right along we got one more, and this is CapCut, and I'm looking at the desktop version right here. So, coming off of social media editing, starting off first, moving on to desktop. All right, so CapCut. All right, so strengths right away. It's free, fast, mobile first, and if a lot of careers are being built on strictly mobile, not even first, and other one second. It's just mobile, and that's it. It has templates, auto captions, which is pretty awesome, and quick export for social media short form, Reels, TikTok. So it's just very easy to use. You finish on it, and then you just automatically export it to social media short form. So it's a less of a step that you have to do as opposed to these other programs where you have to cut it down, aspect ratio, and all that jazz. Right. So, short form creators, influencers, quick turnaround content, very, very quick. I think the auto captions and the transitions in CapCut are pretty awesome. And if you, put your hours in and you really learn it, you could, do some pretty awesome stuff. I've seen it. And it's not just for TikTok teens. Pros are using it for quick client drafts, kind of show them what they can do within social. So it's a good program, right? Oh, there's so many. And honestly, there's a bunch of different other programs, but we're just going to stick with these. And let me just summarize it. Let me just wrap it up real quick. Let's start from the beginning, right? We started with Premiere equals flexibility. One word, right? DaVinci, Color King, right? Final Cut Pro, fast on Mac users, applaud, and CapCut, mobile/social. All right, so I'm gonna leave it here because I'm a Adobe guy. So I just want you to really know that software doesn't equal storytelling, right? All tools are capable of doing whatever it needs to get done, but it's really your editing eye that makes the difference. Just make sure to choose whatever software program you want based on three things. All right, here we go. Budget, subscription versus free versus one-time purchase. Number two is platform. So where you're going to showcase or export a lot. Is it a lot of short form? Is it cinematic? Is it strictly for broadcast? What is it that you're going to mostly use it for? Three is hardware. And what I mean by that is, do you have a Windows? Are you going to be using a Mac? Are you going to just be using your phone and be on mobile the whole time? So choose a software depending on those three things. And when you do pick one, stick to it, master it before hopping onto another. I think that's one of the things that I see a lot of editors do, is that they'll choose one program and kind of get the basic intro of it, and then just be like, you know what, maybe I like the other one, and then move over to that one, learn that one a bit, and maybe even choose another one. And they never really master one specific one. So I would say pick one, stick to it, master it, and then you could hop on a different platform and learn that one. Your editing style defines your work, not the logo on your machine, right? So it's up to you. You're the guy. You're the last line of defense. You're the expert. All right, so I'm just going to finish it off here. Comment below with what you're editing on right now. I'll tell you if it's the right fit for your workflow. Let me know if you use any of these. Let me know if there's a different one that you really attest to. The avid users. I know that's more broadcast, but they're still out there, or another program that I'm overlooking. But let me know which ones you use and which ones you vie for and stand behind. Last thing I'm going to say is the best editor isn't a program. It's the one who learns to tell the story best, which is